Both of my parents have died. My father died in March 2008, and my mom just died in April. I have inherited a house full of all of their stuff. Sorting through years of their things has made me realize that I really don't know that much about them. My father, Tom O'Neill, was born August 24th, 1934, in Kansas City, Missouri. He was an only child, and he was born later in his parents' life. I don't know what his parents did for a living. I was told that his mother was an invalid, but I don't know the hows or the whys of her disability. I know that she died in a car accident when my dad was 16. Dad graduated high school in 1951, and by 1953 he had joined the Navy. He told me once that he served his initial tour and got out, but didn't like being a civilian. He said he was only out of the Navy about 2 weeks before he went back. He married his first wife, June, in 1954, and they had 3 kids. By the late 60s, they were living in San Diego, and by 1971, they were separated, and they divorced later that year. While my dad was busy graduating from high school, my mom was busy in kindergarten. Linda Frigge was born in Springfield, Ohio on August 20th, 1945. She was the oldest of 4, with 3 younger brothers. I think my grandmother was mostly a housewife, but I'm really not sure. My grandfather was in the printing business, and they moved around Springfield often. Mom attended mostly Catholic schools, but she graduated from the public high school, Shawnee High, in 1963. My mom did briefly attend college, but she decided it wasn't for her, and in 1964 she joined the Navy. She only served for 3 years, but during that time she was stationed in both Maryland and Hawaii. She settled in San Diego after leaving the Navy, took the civil servant exam, and got a job working on Naval Air Station North Island in 1967. I don't know when my parents actually met. They were both working on the air station at the same time. Mom told me that she didn't remember meeting Dad either. They didn't date until after he left San Diego late in 1971. She told me that they had mutual friends and were part of a large group of people that usually had lunch together during the week. Dad transferred from San Diego to the Pacific Northwest by November 1971. On November 4th, Mom wrote him a letter. Dear Tom, I thought you should have a letter waiting for you. I guess you know that Bill was mad when I showed up for work today. I really got a lecture when I arrived. They even had made a bet and Bill lost. Joe is still excited about going home. Chris's parents are letting them see each other since Joe is leaving. I am going to a luncheon today at Ward's and working tonight. I must cut this short and get my work done before I leave. We'll write again, Linda. She wrote several more times, and there's an indication that Dad wrote back. But those letters, and maybe some postcards, weren't saved. Then on November 16th, Mom wrote, Dear Tom, I received your 2 letters yesterday, and I wanted to get a letter off to you today. There isn't much news to write about, but there is something I would like to talk about with you. I don't know whether this is something to try to write about, but I must try. You mentioned in one of your letters about bringing me to Whidbey. Bill Hess keeps asking me about it. Even Sid Sheldon asked me about our future as though he hoped we had one. I don't know how to express myself to these people because you have not asked me to share your future with you. So I am going to tell you as near as I can how I feel about all of this, and if I scare you away or am out of line, I guess it's time to straighten things out. I am 26 years old and I have dated many men. I guess I have been looking for something very special like my dad. Well, I think I have found it. I have never been so happy or as much at peace with myself since I started seeing you. I don't really know when I realized it, or how to tell you. The word, I guess, is love, although words don't mean much. Maybe you aren't ready to have someone share your life with you. I wish you were. I can't promise you anything, and I don't have anything to give you but myself. So if this clears the air for you, I hope so. If I am being presumptuous and moving too fast, let me know. Everyone keeps pressuring me, and it is you I want to tell first. I love you, Linda. Dad had a pilot's license, and he would fly to San Diego to visit Mom. In February of 1972, he rented a plane, and they flew to Las Vegas and got married at the Silver Bell Wedding Chapel. If Mom were still here, she would tell you that this is the same wedding chapel where John Bon Jovi married his high school sweetheart in 1989. And as if it's some sort of testament to the wedding chapel, those two are still married today. My parents had been married for 36 years at the time of my father's death. I'd love to show you some of those pictures, but, well, do you happen to have a slide projector I could borrow?